listening national anthem, Indonesia Raya, and Polkesma hymn. The third is committee report of this program by Punjung Kuritno. The fourth is welcome speech delivered by Dr. Sri Mugianti as Kepnes MKep, represented by Mrs. Yuyun Putri Mandasari, MPD. The fifth is speaker resume reading, continue with a material delivered by our speaker, Ms. Stella Fiza Ghasani, SPD, MPD. The last agenda are documentation, continue with closing. Well, to take the advantage the quality time, let us open this program with Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, now let us listen the national anthem Indonesia Raya and Polkesma hymn. So, for the audience, please sit up straight. The next agenda is committee report by Punjung Kuritno. So, Punjung Kuritno, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, greeting to all of us. The Honorable Head of Blitar Nursing Diplomatic Study Program, Dr. Sri Mugianti, Eskapnas MKep. Whom we respect, English Club UKM Coach, lecturer and the academic community, our speaker Mrs. Stella Filza Gazani, SPD MPD, Habekus and friends. We praise and thank God Almighty for his blessing and gift so that we can participate in the Prodita Lecture Series 8 with the theme How to Technology Can Improve Your Presentation this morning. We would like to thank the head of the Nursing Diplomatic Study Program, English Club UKM Coach, lecturer and the academic community, the speaker and the organizing committee. We hope this event can add insight for students and others. Finally, we apologize if there is any inconvenience in this event due to the limitation of the permit. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for the report. Before we begin our main agenda, we are pleased to have to deliver opening speech Dr. Sri Mugianti Eskapnas MKep, represented by Ms. Yuyun Putri Mandasari MPD. To Ms. Yuyun Putri Mandasari MPD, time is yours.
Thank you, Karen. Mohon izin Ibu Sri Mugianti dan Pak Agus Khairul Anam. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my dear participants, and also special greeting is delivered to Ms. Stella Filza Gazani MPD, the spokesperson of Australia Indonesian Youth Exchange Program. Welcome to Prodi Keperawatan Blitar, Poltekkes Kemenkes Malang. It's very nice to meet you in this special event, Mbak Stella Filza Gazani. Thank you so much for your time to share with us today in Prodita Light Talk Series 8 with the theme of how technology can improve your presentations. It's a very interesting topic, I think, for the students to join this online learning during this pandemic era. And on behalf of Ketua Program Studi D3 Keperawatan Blitar, Ibu Sri Mugianti, I would like to say thank you and express the greatest gratitude and appreciation to Ms. Stella Filza Gazani for your time to share useful information with us, all the students of Poltekkes Kemenkes Malang. And once again, thank you so much to Ms. Gazani. And to all participants, not only from Blitar, I think today, maybe from also the participants from Trenggalek, Ponorogo, and Kediri, thank you so much for joining. And when you decided to join this webinar, I believe you have taken the right choice. And through this webinar, you will get much more beneficial information and knowledge to improve your English competency. So I think you can sit back and relax and pay attention to the distinguished speaker of this webinar. At last, we send our big gratitude to the committee behind the scene for any hard works to keep the spirit up in English language learning and to prepare this such kind of wonderful webinar. I think that's all from me. Happy learning and sharing, everyone. Bye for now, and thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for the speech, ma'am. The announcement for the participants, the attendance form has available in room chat, Zoom, and YouTube. So, for the participants, please fill the form. Ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda is reading speaker resume. Continue with our main agenda. The Prodita Light Talk of Blitar Nursing Diplomatic Study Program with the title How Technology Can Improve Your Presentation. Delivery by Ms. Stella Filza Gazani, SPD MPD. For this agenda, I hope the audience will take notice from the beginning of the material to the end, and the session moderated by Elona as moderator. I invite you to take over this session.
Thank you, MC. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Greeting for all of us. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Elona Gumaima Isa as moderator of today's event. I'm very happy to see you here and welcome all of you to Prodita Light Talk Series 8 with the title, How Technology Can Improve Your Presentation. Our speaker today is Ms. Stella Filzagasani, SPD MPD. Let me read the CV from Ms. Stella. The Education, Bachelor of Education, Sriwijaya University Indralaya 2015. Master of Education, Sriwijaya University Palembang 2020. Skills, Microsoft Office Suite, Public Speaking, Classroom Management, Guidance and Counseling. Experience, Art Gallery Administrative Apprentice, Apprentice Teacher, Apprentice Staff at Office of Partnership and International Affairs, English Teacher, Civil Servant at South Sumatra Province. Before the presentation begins, let me inform how the presentation will be going on. First, Ms. Stella Filzagasani will be invited to present the material. Now, allow me to welcome the speaker, Ms. Stella, to deliver her presentation. Ms. Stella, we provide you 35 minutes to deliver your material and the discussion session for 30 minutes. Now, time is yours.
Well, thank you very much for the moderator, for the Elnona. But before it, I want to ask the questions. Is my voice clear enough to be listened, guys? Okay. Hello, Elnona?
Yes, it's clear enough.
Yeah, okay, good.
Stella.
It's clear enough. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for today's editions, for inviting me today as a speaker. I'm a little bit nervous and of course happy and proud that I can meet all of you guys even only in a virtual talk, right? And thank you very much for Ibu Yuyun and then Elnona as the moderator and of course the Feren as the MC today. So I'm going to talk about my title today, How Technology Can Improve Your Presentations. Here, I will share about my screens. Yep, here we go. Okay, can you see my screen already, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. As you know, today I'm going to deliver how technology can improve your presentations. I'm Stella Filzagasani and I'm from South Sumatra. Okay, coming to my first slides. Okay, these are some of my pictures being a speaker inside and outside of Indonesia. I mean, specifically in Australia. When you ask me about how I felt at the time being a speaker, of course, I felt so nervous, right? As a human being, that's a common feeling for delivering presentations in front of the other with a very nervous. So I think delivering a presentations in front of the audience will put you on the spotlights, right? So the audience will listen carefully to what you are saying, the tone of your voice and your body language. I think that good presentations is not enough. We need something to support us, that is technology. Because by using the technology, actually, we can improve the quality of our presentations, we can convey our message, and we can minimize the lack of vitality in the communications. And then, oh yeah, this one is when I was in my college life, I saw my professors and lecturers slides up at the podium. And then after dozens presentations, I saw something in common that all of the lecturers and professors use technology. And then after graduating, I joined seminar and webinar in regular basis. Also, I found a similarity. They are more professionals and business-centered, by the way. The similarity is all of the speakers and the presenters use the technology. So it cannot be denied, guys. Technology plays a very important role in our everyday life, especially in presenting. But I know that the technology is really important, but there is another important aspect, that is you. You are the speaker, guys, you are the presenters. So if you have a good preparedness and the presence of mind during the presentations, I believe that you are going to give result of your presentations. I can say that based on my 3 slides that I can conclude, if you have a material, if you have a technology, and you have preparations in yourself, you are going to have a very perfect presentations. Here are some tips and tricks for you that you can follow in doing good presentations by using the technology. The first one is add narrations to presentation slides. Sometimes being a speaker, we feel overwhelmed to deliver the materials. It's totally correct because it's just too long or complicated. And then that's why the professionals offers us the performance marketing services. What is that? The performance marketing services actually the advice for all of us to put or add narrations to the presentation slides. Rather, we need to memorize all of the entire informations, right? So as a speaker, we just can say the finer aspect of the presentations, while the major part of the explanations will be handled easily by the narrations. But we need to remember, because this is really important, the narrations is really needed to be recorded in a soft and clear voice and neither too fast nor too slow. That's the first tips and tricks. I'm coming to the second one. This one is make interactive presentations. Okay, I believe that the slide used in the presentation should follow the simple design that clearly expresses the way the speaker talks and then has strong visual impressions. Here's the following tips that you can use. The first one is don't forget to use colors and fonts effectively. Believe it or not, because using colors can play important roles in every single presentations you bring. And then also use fonts effectively. It means that the fonts you use in a presentation should be readable by every single audience in the event. And the second one is show relevant images. Show relevant images, meaning that if you are talking about A, you should put the same images related what the topic is. For example, because I'm talking about the technology today, so I present the robotic elements for the illustrations of this point. The next one is present numbers and charts that provide clarity. If you are presenting the numeric number that is complicated, it's really easy for the audience to understand what your point is by giving the charts inside of your presentations. The next one is include white space in your slides. By using the white space, you can keep away important elements or meaningless elements. For the next time, if you want to have a good presentations, I think that you can just remove an important text or images that make full of your slides. The next one is change the slide that display bullet points with long sentences to a slide that looks more interesting and not boring. By using the bullet points, I think that you just need to mention a specific or certain thing without filling it with a very long sentence inside of it. The next one is still make interactive presentations. I found something, I think the tools that can help us in improving the quality of our presentations, because these tools can help us in having interactions with our audience. We know their feelings today, we know what they want to do by asking the questions. You can just open the mentimeter.com and then it come up with the screen like this. As you can see, the first pictures that if you click my presentations, it will come up with the screen number 2. You can do the multiple choice, word cloud, open-ended questions, and many more options. And then you can type by yourself the questions related that you want to talk about. And then, of course, you can type the options that you want to ask to your audience. For example, like this, I have done mine, and then I asked my audience about how are you feeling today. They can directly answer my questions, and from sometimes I can know that what they are feeling today by having a poll. But this link is actually expired in today. So if you want to use this kind of the tools, I just want to remind you that this kind of tools only available in 2 days. All right, the next ones. This is also, I think, very benefit for us. Use AI speech coach for practice speaking. This is kind of a speaking best tools that you can see, and you can download it in the Play Store. Is a speech coach or ORAI, ORAI. So it will help you to see your speaking aspect and also give the instant feedback toward your speaking skills. When you open it, you can see that the first screens with the questions, what skill do you want to improve the most? At the time, I choose removing fillers. And then after that, if you click next, it will come up again with the questions. How confident do you feel when speaking without preparations or practice? At the time, I answer with natural. And then the next one is how do you, sorry? Okay, how do you feel when giving presentations? And I also answer natural. And then for the next screen, as you can see, the applications need the confirmations whether your questions is already suited with your needs. And then you can click OK. And then voila, it come up with the questions that you have to answer. And my questions was to improve our word. What are 3 actions you think we should take? And then you can just press the record button, and then you can start. What do you think about 3 action that you can think we should take to improve our word? And here is my score. I got oral score 65%, and I need to work on the pace because I just got 23% at the time. And then about the energy, I got 23% too. For the confidence, I also get 88%. And then I did the best in the fillers. That's about my speaking aspect for the first time I tried. And then for the instant feedback, I get the next time, try to speed up, vary your pitch, and avoid awkward pauses. So, just like I said before, that it's really benefit for all of us to improve our speaking skill because it can directly give the score toward our speaking aspect. And of course, these applications gives us the instant feedback. Okay, it's really simple actually, guys. Make use of disposable microphone and pointer. In having large audience, using this disposable microphone and pointer can be quite handy because these accessories will ensure the audience are able to follow what actually you are trying to say, both verbally and on the slide on the display. This is essential for maintaining the interest of your audience and, of course, for preventing any information being misinterpreted. And I think that's all. I gave you very simple explanations about how technology can improve your presentations, and I'm giving floor back to the Nona. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Stella, for giving us such informative and interesting presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, now come to the questions and answer session. I would like to have some questions from the participants. If anyone wants to ask directly, can turn on the mic and the camera. anyone want to ask Miss Stella directly? Share langsung. Okay, here's some questions from the participants. The questions number 1 is, what colors can make our presentation more interactive?
Okay. Can I just directly answer the questions, or I need to wait for the next questions first?
I will read the questions for you, Miss.
I mean, can I answer directly the questions, or I have to wait for another
Yes,
next?
please.
Okay. So the questions related to the color that we can use in our presentations, right? Which one of the color is better for our improvement of our presentations? I think it's related to your presentations, the material you want to deliver to your audience. If your targeted audience is for the students or collegians, I think you can use the more powerful color. It's up to you. There is no kind of the basic thing that, oh, this color is needed for us to bring the presentation. So it's up to you guys what colors you want to use in the presentations. Yeah, I think that's all, Elnona.
Thank you. The second question in the chat room is how to memorize our presentation so we are not too much reading based on the script.
How too much? Sorry?
How to memorize our presentation so we are not too much reading based on the script.
Okay, just using the keywords. For example, because there are so many informations that we need to deliver to our audience, I think you just need the keywords to remember. And the specials, for example, sentence or even the word that you need to remember. By having the keyword itself, you can, do it or an improvement or the sentence that you want to deliver to your audience. Yep. I think that's all.
Thank you very much. The next question is accents important in presentation and why?
Oh, the accents. I think the accents is not really important the way we present, right? Because we are living in Indonesia. Indonesia has English for our second language. So as long as the audience understand what you are talking about, the actions, we can put the actions in the second positions. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the next questions, how to make the audience stay and focus and interested in our presentation, even though in the presentation, there is a lot of material that must be delivered.
Okay, I think we need to have an interactions with the audience. So the audience will be focused on us. We can directly ask the audience one by one. For example, Elnona today asked my audience, I can ask about your feeling today, Elnona. How are you feeling? And then what about my material? Is it benefits or to you or not? Yep. So in the interactions with the audience is really important. Is there anything?
Thank you. There's so perfect answer. And the next questions in the room chat Zoom is, how can we be more confident in making presentation when ourselves feel uncomfortable?
Okay, talking about confidence is related to our experience, by the way. If you have many experience in doing the presentations, I believe that you are having a much comfortable in yourself, right? So that's also another thing that you need to having more practice to have a comfortable feeling in yourself. Yeah, more practice and also much experience.
And now I want to ask you,
Yep.
how long do you feel that you are comfortable with your presentation? How many
How long?
years or how many months?
Actually, not how many months or how many years, but I'm talking about the preparations before in my slides. So again, if you have a good preparations, I think if you are prepared in a week to give the good presentations, you are going to have a good feeling to presents your material, and you're gonna feel comfortable enough to present it.
Thank you very much for answering my personal questions. And the next question is, how important is pronunciation and intonation in a presentation?
Oh, this is really important aspect. The pronunciations and sorry, what? The
How
pronunciations.
important is pronunciation and intonation in a presentation?
Okay, I think the pronunciations is to make the audience understand what we are talking about, right? And then about what another aspect again? Sorry, Alnona. Intonations, right? Yeah.
Yes,
So
the
the intonation,
intonation.
yeah. So I think the intonations role is also important for all of us to impress the audience. Oh, this speaker is talking about this. So by using appropriate intonations, the speaker will be more having interactions with the audience.
Thank you for the answer. And it is my personal questions again. Sometimes when we want to make the presentation, there's too much fantasies or ideas come to our mind. Then we put it to the presentation material, but someone thinks that maybe too much for their so how to make it more simple and acceptable by the other.
How to make it simple? It depends on your presentations also, yeah, Nona. Don't forget to use the keywords, just like I said before. Sometimes you want to use another sentence. I mean, like the new vocabulary that we have learned, right? The sophisticated, like the word. But just to make it simple, that you need to see your audience first, whether they will understand. If we use the really high word or vocabulary, I think they will not understand what we are talking about. So just use the simple design, a simple word and simple keyword to explain what you are trying to say to the audience.
Thank you so much. So sometimes we think that our presentation is too much color or too much material, and maybe that's sometimes people think that we are not understandable, and how to make people accept our presentation and not giving too much critic to our presentation.
Okay. Is it based on your experience?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. Okay. Because as a human being, of course, we are doing a false thing, right? We are doing a bad thing in front of the others. So you can just explain that I'm still learning, and then I hope that you can understand what I'm just trying to say. We learn and share together. And if someone critiques you in a very wrong way, just ignore it. And then maybe the critical things like that can motivate you better to have a good presentations for your next journey, Almana. Yeah, use that as a motivations. Is that clear enough?
I'm sorry, the connection is unstable. Can you repeat your answer?
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
All right. Just use their critical things as your motivations, Elnona. If they are saying a bad thing, For example, like, I don't understand your presentations, it's not really important for me. Just for the next journey of your presentations, you can use it as the motivations to have a better versions of you.
Thank you so much for your advice. And there's some questions again come from the participants. How do we build a presentation atmosphere that is fun and not boring? As we know, most presentations are usually boring.
Okay. It depends again, yeah, on how the way you deliver your presentations. And I think because we have a limited time of presenting, it's also the factors that can make the presentations more boring. If you are presenting more than 1 hour, I think what the material you are trying to deliver is still boring, right? So pay attention with the time you want to deliver to your audience. And also, again, I have to say that having good interactions with your audience, pay attention to them, so it can minimize the boringness in your presentations.
Thank you for your answer. And if anyone wants to ask her directly, can turn on the camera and the mic. Anyone, please, want to ask her directly about the material today?
Can I ask a question, maybe, Elnona?
Of course, ma'am.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Stella, for very fruitful tips to the students when they have to present their maybe material or maybe task or assignment from their lecturer. I think it's very tips today. But based on all the questions they give today, there are, I think, so many challenges in doing the presentation, like uncomfortable feeling, and then maybe pronunciation, maybe intonation, and one of the most important challenges during the presentation, they're usually very nervous when they have to present their material. Nervous is one of the biggest the biggest challenges that they have when they have to present their material, not only in Indonesian language, but I think getting more nervous in English language. So maybe Ms. Stella can give us, the students, also me as the lecturer, in what way that technology can help us to, to minimize, or maybe to minimize the nervous, to get the students more easily when they have to present their material. Maybe you can give special example in what way that technology can help them doing very better presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Yun, for a very good questions to me. I think by using technology, of course, the students can eliminate or maybe minimize their feeling of nervous in front of the audience. Just like I said before, you can maybe as a students put the narrations into the slides. The narrations meaning that you can use the recording audio, right? If you are having a very long, complicated sentences that you want to deliver, just put the narrations inside of it. By listening to the narrations, you can, have time to make yourself feeling more comfortable in front of the audience. And then I have to say that maybe by using technology, you can put or insert the pictures, the audio that the attentions of the audience will be not only focused on you, but focus on your slide, the video, or the text you present to them, Ibu Yuyun. Sorry, I cannot see.
I'm sorry, ma'am, your microphone is still mute.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. So I think technology can help them very much in doing the presentation. So maybe the students can pay more attention what kind of technology that Mr. have said today, that maybe you can try on your next presentation, I think, and then your presentation will get better and better. Thank you so much, Ms. Stella, for your very useful tips today.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Terakhir ya. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we finally come to the end of this event. Before I close the event, I would like to take the conclusion from what the speaker has presented. The technology is very important now, especially in presenting, and speaker is also important how they deliver their material, make interactive presentations that are relevant to the materials, help us and audiences to understand the material presented. We can build the confidence by preparation and practice. Thank you. And I would like to thank the speaker for the informative and interesting presentations and all the participants for the very active participations. This is the material presented by Ms. Stella. Hopefully it will be useful for all of us. As the moderator, I apologize if there are mistakes. I return it to the MC. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I say thank you very much for sharing with us Ms. Stella Fizah Ghazani, SPD MPD, as the speaker today. It was an extraordinary material, and also thank you very much our moderator, Elona. Well, that's part of our event today. Again, the announcement for the participants, the evaluation form is available in a room, chat, Zoom, and YouTube. So, for the participants, please fill the form. Before we finish our activity, there will be a documentation session by documentation team. I please for all the participants to turn on the camera.
Miss Stella, please close your share screen. Thank you.
So, documentation team, time is yours. Okay, I will lead for the session. I will start from the slide 1, and I want to count down in 3, 2, 1. Next, slide 2, 3, 2, 1. Slide 3, 3, 2, 1. Slide 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide 5, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for the documentation team. For the announcement, this program has a benefit to get a certificate. So for the participants who want to get certificate must complete the attendance and evaluation form. Ladies and gentlemen, finally we have talked all the event today. So I, as the MC, personally I would like to say I'm so sorry if there any mistake in my utterance during handling of program or session in this program. And also I say thank you very much for your participation in this program. Now let's we close this activity with recite Alhamdulillah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Ladies and gentlemen, now all the program has been ended. So I, as MC today, I do apologize for any mistake. See you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Terima kasih.